Hello and welcome to my channel Happy Hours. In the last video we discussed about dimensions of Indian socialism, secularism and doctrine of essentiality. Today we are going to proceed further with democracy, its dimensions and its types, republic, justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. The very first topic is democracy. Democracy is made up of two words, demos and kratia. Demos means people and kratia means rule. So together they are going to become rule by the people. There are two dimensions. The first dimension is democracy as a form of government. It is the liberals aspect of democracy. There are certain conditions followed. The first is presence of more than one political party competing for the people's vote. Second one is the government is elected by the people in regular elections. Third, elections are based on basis of universal adult suffrage or franchise. Fourth, freedom of press. Fifth, rights and liberties are given to the people through the constitution. And the last one is there is rule of majority but recognition of minority rights. The second dimension is the democracy as an ideal. It is a democratic society. A democratic society is that society where prevails justice, equality and liberty. There should be one other point added to it, and that is democracy is based on rational thinking as the decisions are arrived by discussion. The success of democracy depends on the rationality of the individuals. Now we are proceeding to the next topic, that is the types of democracy. There are two types. First is direct and the second one is indirect. The direct democracy is the democracy where direct participation of the people in the governments occurred. Whereas in the indirect democracy, the first is it is the rule through the representatives of the people, and it is also known as representative democracy. In most of the countries we are having the indirect democracy. There are certain devices which are used for the direct democracy, and those are four. First is initiative, second is referendum, third is recall, and the fourth one is plebiscite. Now we are going to discuss about all the devices. First is initiative. Initiative is a device by which people initiate the laws to be made. Second one is referendum. It is a device by which a law made by the state and is referred to the people for their approval. Third one is recall. It is a device by which the elected representatives can be called if the majority of the voters wish. And the fourth and the last one is plebiscite. It is a device by which the views of the people can be ascertained on the question of political importance. Now there is a question arising into our minds. Can we have direct democracy in our own country? So in the explanation we can write, such type of democracy may not be feasible in India because of its larger population, size and the diversity we are having in India. Because such type of democracy can be suitable for smaller countries, not for the larger countries and a diverse country like India. People are divided in the name of religion, caste, linguistic identities. We have also got the regional aspirations. So we are having always the clash in between the people. So we cannot have the direct democracy in our country. So what kind of democracy we can have in our own country? So we can have the democracy which is known as the participatory. So what is the participatory, where everyone is going to take part in the grassroots level. So there are 3 points which should be followed First is strengthening of the grassroots democratic institutions like Gram Sabhas and Gram Panchayats. And the second one, to make the political parties and the bureaucracy more responsible. Third one, participation of the workers in the decision making at the workplace. Now we are going to the next and the last point of the preamble, and that is the republic. Republic, it is a state having an elected head of the state, and the head of the state is not hereditary monarch. So we can have some questions on the basis of this, like what are the adjectives attached to the expression republic? How far these adjectives can be justified in the contemporary times? The first question can be answered in this way: sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic are the adjectives attached to the expression republic. The second question can be answered in this way: the concept of sovereignty holds good in the era of liberalism, interdependence, and India takes the international and internal decision on its own without any external pressure. The only thing which taken into consideration is national interest. Now the second concept, the concept of socialism, that is the concept of welfare. State is relevant even in the contemporary time, in the light of unemployment, etc. We are having so many problems like poverty, unemployment, hunger. So these kind of problems are being faced in our society. So there is a need of welfare. These problems need the intervention of state. Not only this to check uneven development, the state role is important, and apart from it, the state should interfere to make laws for the protection of the rights of consumers as well as the workers. The third one is, in the era of intolerance, the concept of secularism, which talks about equal honor to all the faiths, equal treatment to all the faiths, holds good. And the last one is democracy. Democracy not only as a form of government but also an ideal in the society which give emphasis on the values like justice, liberty, and equality is relevant. Thus, by all these, we can say that the adjectives attached to republic is defendable even in the contemporary time. Now we are going to proceed further with the aspirational points or parts of the preamble. These are like justice, liberty, equality of status and opportunity, and fraternity. The very first thing is that the point is justice. Justice is of three types. First is social, second is economical, and the third one is political. Social justice is achieved by article number 15, 16, and some of the DPSP. Economic justice by the article number 39B and 39C in DPSP, and the political justice with the some fundamental rights and article number 326, which is also known as right to vote. The second one is liberty. The preamble talks about the liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. The liberty of thought and expression is mentioned in article number 1 clause A, whereas belief, faith, and worship is mentioned in the article number 25 and 26. Now there are three types of liberties exist. The very first one is the liberty where there is an absence of restraints, which is also known as concept of negative liberty. This was given by the classical liberals. They considered the state as a necessary evil. The classical liberals were having the view that all the restraint is an evil. So the state should not put restrictions on the liberty of the individuals. That is absence of restraints in the liberty. That's why it is concept of negative liberty. When Karl Marx challenged the concept of liberty, the liberals thought that their ideology of liberty will be lost. So they gave another concept of liberty, and that is known as the positive concept of liberty. Now we are going to learn about the positive concept of liberty. That is the presence of conditions under which a person can enjoy his freedom. It is also known as freedom through the state. It is a concept of welfare state, that is, through the constitution, the provision, the rights and liberty to be given to the people. The state should positively contribute, and it will give you opportunity for your development. And the third point is the law and liberty are not opposed to each other, and law is necessary precondition of liberty. Now, whenever there is a thought of law, people are always thinking when there is a law, there is a loss of liberty. Law puts a restriction on the liberty of an individual. But have you ever realized that if there is no law, are we going to enjoy our liberty? Just think about it. If there is no law, there will be Matsya Nyaya, which means the bigger fish will eat the smaller fish. Then it will be the survival of the strongest, not the fittest. Now these are the different types of liberty. Now we are going to discuss about the equality of status and opportunity. Now what is equality of status and opportunity? It is mentioned in the article number 15 and 16. Now we are going to discuss about the fraternity, the concept of universal brotherhood. It is the concept of Vasudev Kutumbakam. We all are the sons and daughters of the same soil. It comes to always there is a question, and the major question is what is the biggest problem of our India, and that is fraternity. Means the national integrity is never achieved due to the absence of fraternity. There is a communal violence. So by this I'm going to conclude, and we are going to proceed for the next in the next video. Thank you.